Hi, this is Pleakley from Lilo and Stitch, and when I say Pleakley, I mean it's really pathetic 59-year-old Kevin McDonald from the Kids in the Hall, stupid head, and you're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast with Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Lee! Woohoo!
Jumbo, everyone!
Harambe!
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone. You are listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana. And on this show, we invite you to feel the libation.
Feel it, feel it!
We are artistic buffs talking about Disney stuff, and this is the show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us. For this show, we discuss Tron Lightcycle Run. And look, this is your typical polished, practiced Pixie Dust and Disney podcast. No, sir. We're not in the parks every day trying to tell you how the new Toontown and Pete the Cat look over in Disneyland.
That's right, Kev. We're here to drink, talk some Disney, and hopefully tell you kind of a cute story.
Yeah, we got the hard part. We have to think up things while we drink up. You got the easy part. All you have to do is listen up.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
And Leah Gins is unavailable for this recording, but we do have some very special guests. How special are they? They have the Roberges back. You heard them last week.
Woo-hoo.
We have Josh and Rachel. Guys, welcome back to the show. How y'all
Thank
doing?
you for having
Thanks
us.
for having us back.
Love having you guys.
So, guys, look, enough of our jibber jabber. Let's go in to the Master Control program. All right, that sound means we have some announcements. And first of all, between this recording and last recording, we lost a great Imagineer in the Disney company.
Yeah.
Somebody, Rolly Crump. I'll just throw it
Yeah.
out. Rolly Crump passed away back on Monday. It was Sunday before your birthday.
Yes. Not on my birthday.
Not on your birthday.
Yes, not on the birthday.
You know,
That would have
we don't want to
completely ruined
associate.
it.
Yes, every birthday's thereafter, but definitely it's the day before. But still, very, very sad. Rolly Crump. We had him on the show. He's an amazing Imagineer, and yeah, you heard the intro. It's kind of a cute story. That was a thing that he would say a lot. You know, when you interview him, he tell us the stories about his days working with Walt, being in Imagineering. It's like, yeah, it's kind of a cute story, and then he go off and do this thing, and it's like, one day I want to meet this guy. We never had that chance. I feel bad for not doing it, but it got to be with him. I'm hopefully he's in a better place. But Rolly was just something special, man. He was a great interview, and he was a great guy. The Tower of the 12 Winds, all the stuff that he did. You see him in those videos, the
birds,
tikis.
Yeah, the tikis in and around the Polynesian that were part of the tiki room as well. That was one of the fun things to do. Like one time, my wife just I'm taking a nap, and me and my daughter went wandering around the Polynesian finding Rolly's tikis.
Yeah. His idea for the Museum of the Weird, just all that stuff. Just an amazing wealth of knowledge and experience that he had in creating those parks.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be missed, man. He's
Definitely.
He's pretty killer, awesome guy that we've luckily had a chance to interview and chat with him. And that was a very cute story as well. But we're glad to have been a part of that.
What a great life.
And next, just to kind of bring up the levity just a little bit, we want to shout out Mr. Chris Sullivan. Mr. Sullivan.
Yes.
It was his old Mohican name. We used to give out Mohican names. We haven't really kept up with that. But Mr. Sullivan and family were in town.
We don't want to work too hard. Kev.
No, we don't. Yeah.
Work. What is that?
They were in town in New Orleans for a few days to visit, and they were going on a cruise. They left out today on St. Patty's Day on the Disney Magic. For a little cruise, him and the family and stuff. So we got to meet up with him. In fact, we got to meet up in a very special event over at the National World War II Museum, which, of course, is housed in New Orleans. The Raz, of course, knows about that museum. And this houses the newest exhibit, which is sponsored by the Walt Disney Family Museum, Walt Disney Company, and all that. And that is Walt Disney Studios through World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It talks about how all the artists, the army came and took over, and then all the artists had to come up with like insignias and propaganda posters and all kind of stuff. So Chris got a chance to partake in the premiere event or the opening ceremonies for Kent Ramsey, display of Walt Disney Studios and World War II. So it was pretty actually killer. He was in town. He did like a little question and answer kind of thing and talked a little bit about how he acquired it. He acquired about 900 pieces of memorabilia, artwork and stuff, and he had to reduce it down to 400. So what you'll see in the New Orleans museum, the World War II museum, is like 400 of some of the best pieces that you'll ever see. And we got a chance to be part of that ceremony and got a chance to do a sneak preview on St. Paddy's Day. It opened up to the public, so anybody can see it now through September and check out all the amazing artwork that those Disney Studios guys did for the war effort. It was pretty amazing. I mean, they even had the videos. They had the Furious Face. They had, Donald.
Victory Through Air Power.
Victory Through Air Power. They had, and then you saw some of the storyboards. You saw it. And here's the
Plots
thing.
for planes.
Walt's signature on a lot of stuff, like that Navy hat where Walt and all the Imagineers signed it. That was really cool.
And the crazy thing is, if you're a Disney art fanatic, this is a great thing for you to do because it's like identify the artist, right? Mm-hmm. So if you know like the styles of Mary Blair or John Hench or any of those guys, because back in the day it was all under Walt. They didn't sign their artwork; it was all under Walt. And you could walk through this exhibit and figure out, oh, that looks like Mary. I mean, we walked by Mary Blair's. We're like, that's got to be Mary Blair. We looked at the little signage and said, yeah, Mary Blair, of course. But you see some of the other guys, some of the
Ward Kimball, in there.
All those guys, man. Such a great exhibit, such a lot of awesome information. They turned me on to the women of artists because at some point a lot of the guys went off to war and the women came over and took over the studios. And unlike a lot of industries, Disney kept them on and they kept going on, which was great. So yeah, this is an incredible art museum piece that you want to exhibit, you want to check out over at the National World War II Museum in New Orleans. Roberges, I expect you all to book a trip down to come check this out.
Yeah,
I'll talk to my travel agent.
Perfect. It sounds perfect.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And then you get to hang with us.
Yes.
That sounds great.
In New Orleans.
Like Chris Sullivan did last night.
Yeah, we took care of him.
Except because Kevin locked his kids out of the house. Is that what happened?
Yeah, like some key couldn't work, so I had to bail, and I feel so bad. I told Chris I'm sorry for all that. But yeah, Chris was such a nice guy. Mr. Sullivan, something just like you guys, he's been around for a while, listening to our shows.
Yeah.
We took him out, don't worry. Eli
y'all took care of him. I had to deal with my family business.
At the Hustler Club until 3 a.m, I believe.
It was a good time. Yeah. Don't tell your wife.
That's Sullivan crazy, boy. I tell you what.
Yeah. No, we made sure he ate good. We made sure that he got home safe, drove him home personally. So, yeah.
And they got on the ship today. So, smooth sailings and following winds, guys. We hope you're having a great cruise on the Disney Magic.
Have fun.
Have fun. Great to see you. And look, man, any of the weekends that come in town, Roberges, hint, hint. You'll come in town. We'll definitely hang out with you guys. And we'll wine you, dine you, whatever you want.
Be prepared.
Welcome to the Hub, our main topic segment of the show. And we are talking about Tron Lightcycle Run. And it just so happens that one of our Mohicans and the travel agent at Boot has experienced Tron Lightcycle Run. So I'm going to toss it over to Rachel, who's going to give us a little something about the experiencing Tron Lightcycle Run. So Rachel, what do you got for us?
Yeah, so I got to ride Tron Lightcycle Run March 4th during the DVC preview. And I was kind of excited because I'm pretty sure that I was the first person to ride the roller coaster that wasn't connected to a cast member.
Oh, right.
Nice.
All right. Well done.
It's crazy enough to get there and do it.
Yeah. So, and the reason why was just to give everybody some detail about our situation while we were there. We were in Florida, but not there for a Disney trip. We were going to other places. We flew out that day back to New Hampshire where we live. And I am the only one in my family that has an annual pass. I would love to buy them for the rest of my family, but Disney will not allow us to do that.
What?
I know. So Josh and the kids did not have annual passes when the pandemic happened.
Right.
And so Disney will only allow you to buy annual passes now if you were a pass holder then.
Oh, that's right.
Back then, we knew Rachel would continue going because she had agency trips and things, so it made sense for her to maintain her pass. But we didn't know how long it would be before the kids and I would go back, and so to just invest those thousands maybe of dollars per year for the three of us didn't make any sense, but we had agreed that it was important for her to maintain so that when travel happened again, she would be able to freely go with her agency as needed.
Sure, yeah.
So-
Yeah.
So now they're kind of out of luck until Disney changes those rules. But
Damn.
anyway, so I went in alone because we didn't want to pay for tickets for the three of them just to ride this one ride and then go to the airport. So Josh and the kids went to go have breakfast at the Contemporary, and I walked over to the Magic Kingdom, and I was really nervous about getting in early because like our flight was not that late. We did not have that much time. So I was very early, which is why I ended up being at the front of the line. But anyway, so that's that story.
There was no single rider line, I guess, at this point.
No single rider line at that point.
No, yeah.
The whole, I don't know if you all, know about this process, but the process for DVC and annual pass holders to get a spot at these previews was crazy. You had to be online at a specific time.
Oh
You
my
had to
God.
wait in these really long online queues. And the queues were like, it's assigned randomly. So you click a button and then it gives you like a random number and you hope that you got high enough up in the queue that you're going to actually get a spot, because there's way more people that want spots than they actually have spots for.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a long wait in virtual queues during the time where we had to sign up, and then I finally got through and was able to get a spot, so I was really excited. And I had a very limited window that I could actually work with,
Oh
so
my
it was
God.
cool that I got a spot I could work with.
That's like par for the course nowadays. We talked about that last
Yeah.
week. It's like,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, but you know what? Rachel always pulls it off. I tell you what, Eli and I showed up on the opening day of Ratatouille, and she got us in
Yes, you did.
on Ratatouille for that day.
Late. We
Yeah.
did it late too. Send that
Yeah.
in.
We showed up late. That is
Yeah.
true.
Yes,
Rachel was
yes.
like, just go on. They
There's
won't
no
ask.
problem.
We're like, no, but we
They're not
screwed
gonna
up.
argue,
No,
yeah.
no, go on.
Like, this the
She was
plan.
right.
Keep going.
Well, this time they were for real, because you go up to the DVC preview folks and they wanted like my member card and my driver's license and
Oh my gosh.
scanned my ticket and put on a bracelet. And then I got through that's just to get into Magic Kingdom. And then as I got closer, they like did it all again. I was like, guys, I already have the bracelet.
What?
What are we doing? And then as like when we got right up to the like entrance of the ride, they scanned my ticket again.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, guys, wow.
They're gonna make damn sure that you are a pass holder.
Did you have to
DVC
do
guy.
this much to meet Barack Obama?
No, no, I did not.
Okay.
No, I just had to stand in line for 12 hours.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
I
okay,
had the
okay.
baby. So we get up to the lines. It was kind of cool because, it was the first run through, like all these executives are there. Like all of a sudden everybody's got blue tags on and they're wearing collared shirts and they're talking to us and like hyping us up. And then they walked us in, which was really cool. We were the first people who were not connected to cast members to go in. So that was really neat.
But you were not the first to pass this way.
No.
That makes sense, though. If there were executives there, that would explain for the extra security. I mean, we've done
I guess,
stories in the
yeah.
past where people have tried to sneak weapons in and stuff like that. So that kind of makes sense.
Well, it was funny too, because when we walked up to the ride, they were like caught by surprise that there were all these people there already. It was like early entry, right? So they were like surprised that all these people were there. And I thought to myself, like, is this your first day at Disney? Like, people show up early for everything. Like, it's crazy here. Of course people are here. They looked at us like, oh, you all are like a half hour early. We're like, yeah.
Why wouldn't you be?
Everybody's
I was
already
actually here
here.
an hour early, but you wouldn't let me in until a half hour early.
Yeah. Cut to me like standing in line like months after Rise of Resistance opened
Oh, got
in a
that
sea of
picture.
humanity, just waiting to enter in the park at 5 a.m. I mean,
Yes.
shoot, yeah. What do they
I was like,
think?
of course we're here early. Anyway. So
I mean, if you're on
they-
time, you're late.
Right.
Yeah.
Disney, yeah.
Yes.
So they let us up under the, that big overhang that they've built.
The bubble top, yeah.
Yes. It has like an official name. I now can't remember what it is.
Me
but
It has
either.
an official name, really?
it does. Yeah, it does. So, you get through and you're starting to walk up to it and they're playing the Daft Punk music
Nice.
from the
Tron 2.
Tron Legacy.
Yeah, Tron Legacy,
Tron
yeah.
Legacy, which is so cool. I really love that music.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
You like that
I
stuff
do
too,
like
right?
it.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
The grid.
Yeah, so they have that playing, which is really cool. Kind of sets the mood. I wrote it in the morning. I think it's going to be better at night.
Oh, yeah.
So just as like a tip for folks, if you can buy those lightning lanes and get them at night, I think that's a great idea. But anyway, it was still cool during the day, but it was bright.
Well, the good news is if you find an individual lightning lane pass for this at like 11 a.m., by the time you get around to booking it, it'll be 7 p.m. at night anyway.
No, that's true.
This is true.
It'll bump you out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
The canopy is called the upload conduit. by the way.
Oh, thank
The
you.
upload conduit.
The upload
Wow.
conduit.
I
You
am.
walk under the upload conduit.
That is awesome. Actually, that's kind of scary in a weird way.
Yeah, that is a crazy combination of words that I am in the IT field.
Yeah.
I tell you what, this will be if it pulls enough people, it'd be a nice way to pull some people away from Space Mountain because sometimes Space Mountain at
Yeah.
night,
Yeah.
it's freaking nuts.
So yeah, so you go in and I didn't see a lot of the queue because they were moving us through really fast.
Oh, really?
So-
They're just kind of like
Yeah.
shoveling, like,
Yeah, well, I was the first person in line, and they had a bunch of people behind me. So they were like, "Go by."
so you couldn't take pictures. is
So
what
did you
you're
get a
saying, yeah.
sense of the story?
A little bit. So, like when you go in, there's a bunch of signs that are like "Welcome Team Blue" and
Yeah,
that
it's a lot
kind of
of-
stuff.
Things with teams, yes. Team Blue, Team
Team
Green.
Rain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
From,
so-
from the second movie, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so here's
yeah.
kind of like setting the story from the Disney Parks blog. So they say the story of Tron Lightcycle Run picks up after Tron Legacy, where Kevin's son, Sam Flynn, has opened a second gateway into the grid.
Okay.
The first gateway is found in Shanghai Disneyland with the original Tron Lightcycle Power Run, which is weird. They dropped the power.
Oh,
Anyway.
They had to make it different.
Yeah.
I should hold up a fist or something, I think. Power.
Yeah.
So then it says, after being digitized and transported to the grid for a special light cycle race, it's your Team Blue against one of the grid's menacing programs, Team Red, Team Yellow, or Team Orange.
Oh.
Your goal is to be the first race through the 8 entry gates, digital markers that users and programs compete to capture. The first team to capture all 8 gates by passing through them is declared the winner.
Ah, so no matter what, you're Team Blue.
Yeah.
So this isn't like when you ride cars in the Radiator Springs Racers, where one's on one side and the other's on the other side, and y'all are racing each other.
Oh, my God.
No. You're
No.
racing.
Like virtual race.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, it's like you just came up with an idea. It's like if they
Yeah.
had created something like a Tron here that was like Universal's the dragon, the dueling
Dueling
dragons.
Dragons.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, great.
No, or even one trip.
The time change would be a problem, but it'd be so cool if you were somehow racing the people riding it in Shanghai.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, that would be
Yeah,
awesome.
you get like some sort of virtual camera or something, so it looks like there's a projection of somebody else over there. That's exactly what I was going to say.
that
would've
would
been
that would have been pretty cool, actually.
Okay, well now it's not going to sound as exciting as that.
Like a 12-hour time difference.
I know, that would be
They could record them doing it and
Yeah,
then
they
still
could.
be like, here you go. You're still going up against said person.
Yeah, like Shanghai's best versus Orlando's best.
Yeah.
Oh, like you
Or
get a
like,
record now?
If you're riding at
I like that.
10:30 in Orlando, they're playing the recording of someone at 10:30 in Shanghai.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, it's technology. I mean, once you're up there in the conduit, anything possible.
Yeah, you uploaded. Who cares?
Exactly.
It's all the same
Yo,
time.
we all bites.
The frame time. Yeah, we're all bytes.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter.
They don't bite on that.
Capital B, lowercase.
Ooh.
b.
Speaking of which, did you get digitized?
I guess so. Yeah.
You don't remember it?
I mean, yeah, kind of. Yeah, I guess you do.
It's a loaded question. We're going to ask you some questions about that in a little bit, but we're going to let
Okay.
you keep going
Okay.
because
Well,
I'm
if you-
curious.
You go through the queue, and there's
Right.
a little pre-show that gives you some of that information that I just read.
All right.
And then there's like kind of a cool reveal, which is nice. And then
A cool reveal.
yeah, but that's like spoilery, so I don't want to.
She's not going
Alright.
to reveal the reveal.
Yeah, not gonna reveal the reveal, but there's a cool little like reveal.
Okay.
And then you go into the next room, which is lockers, and that's totally new for Disney.
That's like universal level, right?
Yes, it's just like Universal.
Oh, that's so you can store the disc on your back?
No,
No.
Oh, I
they don't do
love
that.
those.
Yeah, those are cool. I've seen people take pictures with them, but so you can't have any loose articles at all on the ride.
Really?
Yeah, no backpacks, nothing, no purses, no bags. You have to put everything in a locker.
Phones?
Well, yes, you can keep your phone, but that's it. But like no keys, your pockets need to be empty.
No keys.
It doesn't go into the, like, I don't know if you've ridden Velocicoaster at Universal, but at Velocicoaster, not only do they tell you you can't have anything on you, but then they make you go through metal detectors to prove.
Right, yeah, this is
Nothing on
true.
you. Like,
I haven't ridden it, but one day I will ride it.
Yeah, they pat you down.
It's the most intense ride entrance I've ever experienced.
Yeah, they're
I mean,
serious. You're not
I
allowed
watch
to have
videos of that Velocicoaster. I'm like, I want to ride it, but holy crap.
It's amazing.
It's the same reasoning for Disney as it is for Universal, where part of the ride goes over pedestrian walkways, and so if stuff falls out of the coaster, that's
That would
going to be
suck.
really
Yeah,
dangerous.
it might be
that'd
bad,
be
yeah.
bad. Yeah.
So that's why they do it.
I could see that.
The locker is about 1 cubic foot, so it's not huge, to be honest.
It's enough for personal items, it sounds like.
Personal items, yeah.
Okay.
But if you have like, I thought about our situation when we had little kids, like when we had the diaper bag, like that big stuffed backpack full of our
Yeah.
stuff, snacks.
You
and all
can't fit
stuff.
that.
That's not getting in that locker.
Where's that going then?
Yeah.
With
so
a stroller?
either
You expect to have a stroller that you just
Either
leave it
you're-
with?
putting it in a stroller, or you're swapping with someone, or
Oh,
you're
my
renting
gosh.
a bigger locker. Magic Kingdom does have bigger ones for rent.
At the front, though, at the front of the park.
Yeah, which would be a total pain.
That
Yeah.
would suck.
The thing about the lockers that's really important is that for folks who use the My Magic Mobile, so like I was using My Magic Mobile that day, it's you either like scan your watch for your ticket or you scan your phone. I
Okay.
didn't have like a physical card on me and I didn't have a Magic Band. You can't use the lockers.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the lockers only work with a Magic Band or a physical, like the Key to the World card, the ticket card.
Oh, my. What?
So if you're using your My Magic Mobile, it won't work. And so I'm standing there, like scanning my watch, it won't work. I start trying to scan my phone, it won't work. And I look over at the cast member and she's just staring at me. And I look at her and I said, I can't get this to work. And she was like, yeah, it doesn't work unless you have a Magic Band. And I was like, well, thank you for letting me know. She goes, well, I have a card you can use. They have like temporary ones they can give you. And I thought to myself, like, why did I have to struggle that hard and for you to watch me? You knew what my problem was.
Dude, that's
Anyway.
crazy.
So she hands me this temporary card. It's just a ticket card. And you put your stuff in and then you take the ticket card. And I guess hopefully you have a pocket to put the ticket card in.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. As a quick tip for any Mohicans that are going down there for the soft openings that are happening now, which was
Yeah.
reported, this is kind of good to know, I think.
Yeah,
Well,
have a pocket.
Rach, didn't you say that there's a little like compartment on the ride where you put your phone? So could you put the card in
You
that
could.
compartment?
Yeah. So there's one. So I told you before you can keep your phone. There's like a little thing on the top of like by the handlebars that flips up that you can put your phone and like maybe this key card in and put it back down. And that's all you can have. So there's just a little phone size compartment.
Okay.
Wow, man.
Okay.
Shoot. That's a lot of work for like a 2-minute ride.
So yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
It's not 2 minutes. I wish it was 2 minutes.
Oh, golly. How long is
Yeah.
it?
It's about just a little over a minute.
A little over a minute.
Not even a
Yeah.
minute.
What? Wait,
Yeah.
so what's longer, that or 7 Dwarfs Mine Train?
I'm not sure. I
I think the Barnstormer might be.
Damn.
I think Tron's a little longer, if I had to guess.
Okay.
Tron's a little
A touch longer.
longer. A touch
Interesting.
longer. But yeah, so you go down. They have like a little bit more queue, and then it's a lot like Guardians of the Galaxy, where it has kind of like the two sides that split off, and then you come down from there, and then they ask you your party size, and they put you in a different line based on if you have an even number of people or an odd number of people.
What?
So like
Interesting.
yeah, so if you say like 3, they'll put you in one side of the line, or if you say 4, you'll go in a different side of the line because they want to always have twos. So if they call 2 odd numbered parties, they know they're going to have an even
Number,
of people.
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. So
Because math.
All that, man.
yeah,
It's binary.
I was just one, and they sent me down one way, and everybody else behind me, except for one other woman, was even numbered parties. So they went a different way. And this was really interesting for me. So I had gotten behind a bunch of people, Remember I was first in line, but I had the locker problem. I couldn't get it open. So a bunch of other people like had their magic bands and they were like zip, zip, gone. And so they get towards the ride and they're all even numbered parties. They put them on the other side and they were filling a train. And there's only me and this one other woman that's an odd number party. And they put us on the other side and we were just 2 people. So we got to ride in the very front and we were done because of the load process. We were actually done the whole ride before the first train even took off.
Oh, wow.
It's because the load is so different than anything else. And so I think that with a large number of people, the cast members really had to spend time explaining to people how you get into this coaster. You have to get on the bike, like a bike, right? You have to lift your leg over it.
Right.
It's not short. The Flight of Passage one, I feel like it's not that hard to get on it.
No.
This one I had to think about. I had to really get my leg up. Yeah. It was you had to really get your leg over there.
All right, so let's pause here because this has been a contentious point with the entire Disney fan universe about guys maybe our size, maybe my size. I'm kind of chubby.
I got a little girth.
I have a little girth too.
It was hard sitting next to you without putting my elbow into your love handles.
Yeah, but I like that. It was okay.
Yeah, and
I appreciated that because I felt like wanted
too.
But
yeah.
anyway,
karate's awesome.
Beside the point, and this is a good point that you're bringing up, Rachel. It's tell us about this fitment into the Tron Lightcycle Run cars.
The light cycle, yeah.
Yes,
so
here we are.
You got your leg over it, you straddle it like a motorcycle, and then you have to just trust the process a little bit.
Trust the process. What? Wait, what's the process? Time out here.
You're standing up, right, when you get your leg over, but then you have to fully kneel down almost to the ground. You kneel into this.
Oh, I gotcha.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the
site. It sinks down, right? So you're sinking your legs into this space, and there's no resistance. You're just you're going down to the ground. And so,
oh wow.
Then once you're down in that crouch position, you reach forward and you pull the handlebars all the way forward to your chest. And that's what causes the back piece to lower down.
Oh,
all right. So I get and throw my leg over.
We might be too big for this ride, Kevin.
I'm asking about this because I went to Six Flags and I got thrown off a ride because I was too fat, and I felt so bad.
You were too fat to ride?
I was too fat to ride the Batman ride at Six Flags, and so if I'm listening to Rachel talk about this, and I'm like, okay, so I get into the damn thing and I'm gonna sink. You said I'm going to sink onto my knees.
But then I get because
I'm totally fine with that.
That's part of the actual thing.
I'll sink on my knees all day. All right. So I sink on my knees and then I pull towards me and then things go over my calves and hopefully to God it's going to fit.
Well, it's like Tron, right?
So it's the back piece comes onto your back.
Okay.
And then simultaneously, there are these steel rods by your calves under your knees that come out, and that's the latching mechanism.
That locks your legs into this thing?
See,
you can't feel those. At least I couldn't. I couldn't feel those rods, but that's what actually locks the car. Okay. So the steel rod has to come out to a 90-degree angle for the car to lock. And that's how they know you're safe in there. And so that's the piece that people have been struggling with is you have to be able to get those steel rods fully out. So the more you can pull that back piece down, the more those steel rods are coming out towards 90 degrees.
Okay. So if I have killer calves, I'm screwed.
This sounds like an over-engineered...
I watched a lot of videos about how people fit on this, and it is more about your lower leg than anything else. Because your upper body, there's actually a lot of space with that back thing. I almost felt like I could sit back up, and you don't want to, but I was like, wow, I'm surprised how much space I have. There's a lot of space with the back piece. It's not your torso. It's your lower legs that makes the difference.
Okay, so Josh can vouch for it. I mean, as a drummer, I'm using my legs a lot. So my calves are killer.
Massive calves.
Damn straight, Josh. Yes, sir.
Mega calves.
My calves are awesome. They're
sexy
fine.
beast. You showed them calves.
That's probably the sexiest part of my body.
You got the double bass, Kevin? You got both legs
I could do the double bass, man.
Yeah, all right, you got some big calves.
cut, man. You know,
Oh,
you
right.
gotta
Wear some
say.
shorts. Show off those calves.
Yeah.
I gotta wear long pants for work, so it's okay.
That's your new name, calves.
So I'm a little worried about this. You know, I got some good-looking calves. It's like I can't fit in this thing. What am I going to do? So as long
You're
as I
also
keep,
laying down way more. Like your whole body is really laying
so
down.
it's just calves, not thighs. I have killer thighs too.
I think it's really just calves because your thighs
Okay, good.
aren't restricted by anything.
My thighs are awesome.
I'm learning a lot about your leg.
I mean, look at me. I mean, you've seen me all this year.
Yeah, well, you cover up, man. I didn't realize how killer your calves were.
Yeah, you really about showing your calves right
Yeah,
now.
but my
ain't you?
thighs you can't miss because it's like a giraffe getting run over. It's
All right.
like there's my thighs. I'm sorry.
So
What is
wait, so
happening?
so what you're saying is that this is more comfortable than Pandora?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay.
Because Pandora is not too bad comfort wise. Once you get in there, it's okay.
You feel like it. I don't know. I don't feel
As a
comfortable.
tall
You don't feel
person,
comfortable
yeah,
in it?
but
I'm tall.
Danny will attest.
Yes.
As a tall person, most of these rides now are becoming very uncomfortable because if this is about your legs, you're worried about when they secure you.
Yeah.
These things
Right.
press on you.
Yeah, I can
Your
understand
knees
that,
are
yeah.
pushed up against something, and if something moves, stops, your knees are always hitting.
No,
Same
yeah, I
object.
understand. Like I'm 5'8" for the listeners that are listening, and Danny and Eli are much taller than me,
We're like 6'2".
and so
Yeah.
I'm kind of comfortable in Pandora, but
I'm 5'4", so I'm not helpful.
you're 5'4". Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was going to be my point to bring it back to this ride. Is so like a person of our size. I mean, do we have to worry about like our knees?
Well, no, I don't think your knees would be close to the ground because I think the thing will stop. It won't go all the way down,
Okay,
but it angles. Your knees actually go into like a cupped area,
oh, like it's kind of
and that whole process like
comforts you.
lowers down. Yeah, and it lowers down as you lean forward.
sounds like we need Pilates, Dan.
But if you're
on this thing,
but if your calves are cut, you're screwed, right?
It seems like if you have large lower legs, you might have a trouble fitting.
Like
into the
Hulk
ride.
Hogan might have trouble with this.
He might-
or someone that's really just got thick, flabby legs will have problems with this.
yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you get. I got some friends that are big.
But there is a car in the back of every ride vehicle that will accommodate any size body, kind of thing.
Okay,
Not
okay,
any
fair.
size, but like there's
Who
a
size? Yeah.
traditional roller coaster car in the back.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So they get to experience it, but they don't get to
They
sit.
don't have to contort.
They have
Because
to
there's going to
body.
be a lot
yeah.
of people that it's not their body size. They can't lift their leg over the bike.
Ah, good point. Good point.
And like I was thinking that my son could ride it. I mean, he wasn't with me anyway, but the height requirement is 48 inches, which is really tall. And I swear it's probably not as much about safety as much as like you got to be kind of tall to get your leg over that thing.
I can get my leg over that thing.
Yeah.
I feel confident about that.
Yeah.
All right.
yes.
So moving on. Like, okay,
Yeah,
I feel
Yeah.
like
you
we've.
shift forward. The thing comes down. They checked us real quick. We're done like this because there's only two of us, and it looks like both of us were pretty big Disney fans who had already watched a ton of videos about how to get into the seat.
Okay, great.
We knew what we were doing. Boom, we're done. They send our car, so we go, and it was really cool. It's short though, and so it's like enjoy it while you're there because it's not long. You don't have a lot of time to like really process. But the outside part is really neat. It's very thrilling because of the car, like because you're just riding this thing in such a different way than you've ridden a roller coaster before. It has like an extra thrill. The inside portion was, really well done in terms of like the visuals and what you're seeing. But also it was kind of a lot like Space Mountain inside where you're just like, you're kind of going around indoors and you're like seeing lighting.
I was about to ask that because it's like when you come back, it sounds like the same thing when you're landing in Space Mountain where you have that same kind of tunnel looking
Yeah.
thing.
Yep. Yeah, it's a lot like that.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And then we were against Team Orange. I've only ever seen people talk about Team Orange. I know that blog post I just read talked about other colors, but I think I've only seen Team Orange. But the Team Orange like came at the end and we beat them and then it's like, yay, you won. And that's it.
Okay.
Team Orange. Okay, interesting.
Team Orange.
Rich, does it go from like inside to outside to back inside to back outside, or
outside once.
Like,
Just
does that
part you
mess
can
with your
see.
eyes? Like, your eyes have adjusted to the dark of inside, and then all of a sudden you're outside in the sun and you're blinded.
That
and
is
you're
a good
back
point,
inside.
yeah.
Well, because of the upload.
The upload conduit.
The upload conduit. It's nice and shady.
Oh, the tent?
Well, that's what a conduit's supposed to be.
Well, are you? What are you seeing from Tron once you go in the inside section? What are you seeing from Tron?
I mean, there's like the grid, and then lighting effects, and then, like I said, at the end, like there's like another competitor on a bike, like next to you.
Oh, interesting. Okay. From Shanghai.
then-
No, not from Shanghai.
Not
It
from
should be
Shanghai.
though.
It should be. That'd be a good idea.
But yeah,
actually, I think.
that's what you're seeing at the end.
So
Or
it
just
doesn't.
at the very end.
So that's what I was wondering. So like it kind of doesn't really extend the mythos of the property then.
Not really. No.
Oh, okay.
A little bit. I mean, it's like you've been selected. You're put into the grid, and then
It's like a
you do
spot
this
in
race.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
All right, this is what we kind of like to do when we judge an attraction,
Yes.
especially like when we're comparing and contrasting.
We have some
We
criteria
have
for
a
sure,
criteria
yes.
that we go through, and we kind of grade it
So we're going to ask you this.
on this grading system here. So the queue, what would you give the queue? Like in terms of getting you set for the ride, in terms of setting the scene, keeping you entertained during the wait. What would you give the queue?
Yeah, let's say like a scale from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
10 is like, yes, they set me up for this entire attraction, this entire story.
I feel like a 10 would be like Avatar, like Flight of Passage.
Oh,
I was going to give Cosmic Rewind a 10. I think they do a nice job with that one, too.
okay, that's
I don't know
good.
about
This is
Cosmic Rewind.
this is good because you're establishing where you think a 10 would be
I like that.
as far as
yeah.
cue and
This'll-
story.
Think about all the like different things you go through, and like you learn about the Na'vi people.
If you don't go through the lightning lane, right?
Yeah, I've only
Yeah.
seen it through the lightning lane.
Because if you don't go through the lightning lane, you
Oh.
get the entire story. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
It's actually like, I mean, it's a long wait, but it's kind of worth it to go through it once. There's that.
I would
lab
agree with
is
that,
So
yeah.
cool.
You get the full story through Pandora, Flights of Passage if you go through the regular line.
What if the movie bored you to tears, though? like,
I've never seen the movie.
yeah,
I've literally never seen that movie.
Ugh.
This is a case in point right here.
Did y'all see the sequel?
No.
I don't know anybody who has,
I haven't
but
seen
it's
it
made a
yet.
lot of money apparently.
I'm waiting for it to come on Disney Plus. But
Yeah,
I don't have 3 hours and 40 minutes to
That's-
devote to a movie.
I was like,
Thank
so
you.
excited to go see it, and then I saw how long it was. I was like, I can't get my kids to sit through that. Are you kidding?
But you'll wait in the line to ride it.
Like, if we can't get the kids to sit through, we have to watch it when they go to bed. And like, I can't stay up 3 hours after my kids go to bed. Are you
yeah,
kidding
it's
me?
like past midnight.
Yeah,
You know?
well, you see, that's the problem. Is I can't imagine there's a whole lot of people out there who saw Tron Legacy.
I have not seen Tron.
I haven't seen it either.
So
I know we have Mohicans that have, and,
Yeah.
and for to respect to them, I want to see it just cause.
I've seen it. It was horrible.
Oh, really?
I thought it was horrible.
That's what I've heard. It's like
Yes.
it doesn't compare anything to original. But
Yeah.
back to the queue. What 1 out of 10? If you've established where your
Yeah.
10 is, what do you think
Yeah.
the queue is in this case?
Yeah, I mean, so I went through the lightning lane, and I went through kind of fast. The only thing,
Does it make a difference?
It probably does.
I mean, there's probably other stuff. Yeah,
Because we've established it in Flights of Passage, it makes a difference. But Rachel thinks, what do you think?
I think. Let's see. I would probably give it like a 7.
A 7.
Seven.
Okay,
That's
seven.
pretty high.
Yeah,
Those are
that's
cool.
not bad.
That's generous.
The pre-show was great, and then there's this like little reveal, which is also very cool, like some cool technology. And then just watching those light cycles like go through, like they do a really nice job of like the rest of the queue. You just get these little glimpses of the light cycles going through.
Oh, so you can't
And
see
it's
the
cheap.
outside at all? So it's not like a traditional
all-
roller coaster where
yeah,
you get
no,
like
no.
all that tease. You get just like bits and pieces?
Once
That's-
you go in, you're done. Yeah, you don't see it until you are on it.
Oh, that's
outside.
interesting. Because typically,
Yeah.
like normal roller coasters, you get teased like Velocicoaster. You're standing in
Yeah.
line, you get to see all that thing just whooshing over you.
Yeah.
In this case, it sounds like, Rachel, what you're
When
saying
you
is like,
walk up, like as you walk into the queue, you're going underneath it whooshing over you.
interesting.
The only part that's outside is what you can see from Tomorrowland Speedway
Or Transit Authority, the TTA?
Yeah. That's all. That's the
Oh.
only outdoor part.
Interesting.
So that's the part you walk under to get into the queue. So you see that part.
All right.
Okay.
But then the rest of the queue is inside.
All right, so you give the queue about a 7 out of 10.
Next criteria.
All right. Story. How well was the story of the attraction communicated to you?
1 out of 10. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 5, maybe 4.
Oh, you see, it sounds about right. To me, I've watched videos and read articles, and it's like, that sounds about right to me.
She said it didn't really move the IP along too well, like the mythos of
that's
it.
exactly
So
right.
It's not like a Rise of the Resistance.
So
or anything
45,
like that, so.
I think, is an accurate.
Well, I don't think there's a Tron 3 coming in the horizon anytime soon.
Yeah, but you know what
anyway.
I'm saying? Like the ride itself is like, hey,
I know. Yeah.
Well, it seemed
Like,
like
I
most
thought-
of what you knew about the story, though, was from a blog article you read, not from your experience being on
Right.
the attraction.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
That makes a difference.
yes.
That makes a big difference.
It's very much about this race. The story is very much about this race. They're like, you're going to race. You've been picked. You're in. That's it.
Immersion. How well did you feel you were immersed into the world of Tron? Did you feel digitized? Did you feel like you were in a computer world with a disc and light cycles and all that good stuff?
I mean, I have not seen the movie, but I have seen enough of it to know like what it looks like. I felt like they could have done better, feeling like you were in this different world.
Okay.
I would say I felt as much as I was digitized as I do feel that I'm in a space center when I'm going on Space Mountain, not a space center, space station. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Like I would say those are kind of equivalent. Like I felt as much that I was digitized into the grid and Tron as I feel as I'm in a space. Oh my gosh, why can't I come up with that word again?
220?
A space station.
Did you feel as digitized in Tron as you feel shrunk to pixie size when you go meet Tinkerbell in
There
Pixie
you
Hollow?
go.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty equivalent. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like,
Oh,
whoa,
okay.
I'm digitized now.
I mean, we can even go Toy Story, guys. I mean,
Yeah.
technically, you're shrunk down to the size of a toy
Yes.
in Toy Story.
That is true.
I would say the difference there, though, is like I imagine Tron, just like the Pixie Hollow, has a moment where you're changed versus Toy Story. You just like walk into the land and all of a sudden you're supposed to be a toy.
Little by
But,
little.
but does it have that moment, though?
It does have a, yeah.
It does have that moment. Okay.
There is like, okay, now you're digitized. Yeah.
right.
Yep. And you enter the grid. Yeah.
So what was the grade on that again? I'm sorry. Did I miss that?
Oh, yeah, I don't think I've done it. I'm going to go 7 again.
7. Okay. 7
Okay,
for the
so
immersion.
story about 4 or 5, immersion
And it does
about...
look beautiful in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really cool looking.
All right. The ride experience itself.
I'm a 5, maybe a 4.
A 5
Oh,
on 5.
that's big.
Wow.
That's big.
That
girl.
is a
All right.
huge drop. Okay, so what
Oh,
was it
man.
about the ride experience that let you down?
It's just, it's short. And
It's short.
It's- yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
You can see that from the videos, too, yeah.
yeah, it's short and
Stout. I'm short and
yes.
stout.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Don't do
Thank
it.
you, Josh. I appreciate
Don't
that.
handle it for you out.
I am also short and stout, Kevin.
Damn straight. Yeah, there you go. Drummers unite. There we go.
Don't do it, Kev.
No, I did it. I'm proud. All right. Sorry, Rachel. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. The thrill of the ride is really the ride vehicle and how unique it is. And
Because
then,
you're riding
so,
like a light cycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so once you sort of are done with that thought, like, oh, wow, this is cool and different. And then it's just like a smoother Space Mountain, but shorter.
Wow.
I like Space Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but shorter, I don't like.
I liked it. I would not, like, I have waited 90 minutes for Flight of Passage.
That's an hour and a half. That's not
My
bad.
first time riding it. Like, I've ridden it a bazillion times, and I would still wait 90 minutes.
Like
to
in the
ride
regular
it.
line or like fast
Yeah.
fat? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
regular line.
I said fast fat lightning thing. Sorry.
Would not wait for this more than a half hour.
That's
if
big.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's big.
Like I genuinely, if I didn't ride it again, I think I'm good.
So would you? Well, we'll get into the repeatability aspect. So let's just go to repeatability.
Yeah, let's go to
I'll ask you this
repeatability. Yeah,
question
yeah.
after you've answered this question. What do you think the repeatability factor of this ride is?
Yeah, not great.
Not great. On a scale of 1 to 10.
1 to 10, where it's like 10, you're absolutely going to do it, and 1, you're like, I don't care if I get on it or not.
I mean, I would go 5 because I'm looking forward to riding it someday with my kids.
Someday, but not like immediately.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you had to ride it solo.
If I was by myself, I would not spend the time.
That's big. I think that's big.
Okay, is there like a picture? Did you realize if there was a picture they took of you and they?
Oh, I know. I did not get a picture.
Oh, okay.
For sure, I did not get a picture.
I'm sure there'll be one, but I mean, yeah,
That's
I'm
an
kinda
easy
curious.
sell for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be one. I have not seen anyone post them, like even bloggers and stuff. I don't think I've seen them post on-ride photos. What's weird for me, though, is like I don't know how they would get me on there because I don't have, if I'm not wearing my Magic Band and I'm not allowed, I didn't have my phone. So that, like, how would they know?
How would you know where you're at?
No, that's important.
Yeah. All right. So, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Tron?
If I'm by myself, I had to pick one or the other.
Yes.
I would probably pick Tron.
Okay.
I would probably pick Tron for just me.
Okay.
If I'm with my kids, I'd probably pick Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Okay.
And why is that?
I think the story elements are better on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And the kids would have a tougher time putting their legs over for the bike.
Yeah, well, my little guy can't even ride it yet, but my daughter, I don't know how she'll feel about Tron. She
Okay.
loves Space Mountain, so maybe she would like it. It is a smoother, newer Space Mountain with a different ride vehicle.
So that leads me into my next question: Space Mountain or Tron?
I probably would go Space Mountain just because it's longer.
Space Mountain.
If you were asking me Disneyland Space Mountain or Tron, 100% Disneyland.
That's
Space
different.
Thank
though.
you. 100%. Like I won't ride the Space Mountain. Just because again our height, it's so uncomfortable.
Yeah, our
But
Space Mountain.
Disneyland,
Yes.
it's awesome. All right, Big Thunder Mountain, Tron.
Oh, Big Thunder Mountain.
Big Thunder Mountain.
Okay.
Splash Mountain. Oh shoot, this is going to be a hard one because
Oh, so
we don't
just
know where
bring
it's.
up the past.
Well, to be fair,
Splash Mountain of the past versus Tron.
Yeah, I loved Splash Mountain was one of my very favorite attractions.
Yeah.
okay.
So I'd probably do Splash Mountain of the past. But I'm looking forward to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. That'll be
Okay.
cool.
Expedition Everest or Tron.
Expedition Everest.
Oh no.
Galaxy Rewind. Cosmic Rewind.
Cosmic Rewind for
Cosmic
sure.
Rewind, I'm sorry.
versus-
Yeah.
Cosmic Rewind for sure. What am I missing?
Rock and roll
Another
coaster.
Rock and
roller
roller
coaster,
coaster.
yeah.
Test track. Rock and roller coaster test track. Well, test track.
No, rock. It's not really
Not really roller coaster.
Yeah.
Rock and roller
Rock and roller
coaster.
coaster versus Tron.
Yeah. I would pick Tron. I think they're similar in length. Rock and Roller Coaster is kind of short too.
Yes.
They're similar in length, and Tron is more comfortable. That like collar that comes down on Rock and Roller Coaster is rough.
So you're saying rock and roller coaster is similar in length? Because
so.
I've okay.
I thought
that's
that was a pretty
interesting.
long one.
Yeah, but say rock and roller coaster. I feel like it's a little longer.
And
I haven't
I'm
ridden in a very
disappointed
long
that
time.
your New England roots will not support Aerosmith. for the roller coaster.
I don't think they're coming back.
Steven
I know they
Tyler
haven't.
lives in New Hampshire, for God's sake.
I know. I
Yes,
don't think
indeed.
that I know it hasn't been confirmed yet, but I don't think it's coming back.
I don't see
just-
how it could come back.
Yeah, I've heard the exact same
Well,
thing.
wait. Let's go to West Coast. How about what's the coast?
Incredicoaster.
Incredicoaster, but it used to be something else. California Screaming versus this. What do you think?
Well, I was going to go with Slinky Dog Dash just to keep it East Coast. But
Oh yeah,
we
Well,
can go
okay.
back
Let's,
to that
let's do
afterwards.
this. Let's do Slinky Dog Dash, Rachel versus Tron. What do you think?
I love Slinky Dog Dash. It makes me laugh.
I like Slinky Dog Dash too.
Okay.
I like that one too. Yeah, I would pick Slinky Dog. Before we leave the East Coast, I did just look up Rock and Roller Coaster, and it's 1 minute and 20 seconds. I think that's about right. I think that's about what Tron is.
Yeah, so they're similar. That's interesting. Okay. So and they're both in the dark, but Tron has the additional element of being outside for just a moment. Mm-hmm. You know, that's interesting. Okay. All right. So let's go West Coast.
Oh, I
all
don't
right.
want
So
no
West Coast,
Incredicoaster.
Rachel.
Yeah.
California Screaming, aka Incredicoaster, it's the same track versus Tron.
I would do California Screaming and Incredicoaster.
Okay.
I was gonna say I would figure Tron would be easier on your stomach.
Yeah,
than
but you know,
Incredicoaster.
California Screaming is longer. And it's a pretty killer coaster. I
It
like that
is.
coaster. I like Incredicoaster.
I don't
I'm with
know.
ya.
That thing did
Incredicoaster's
something to
great.
me. I don't
Exactly,
know. It
yeah.
did something to me. I'm like, I can't get back on it. I
What
don't
about
know.
the beloved Matterhorn bobsleds versus Tron?
Oh, the Matterhorn! That was the first tubular track roller coaster versus its modern equivalent.
I would do Tron over Matterhorn. Matterhorn is so
Oh, man.
Well, you know, there's a part Matterhorn's a little rough.
I know.
It's a
it
little
is.
rough.
As a big guy, like Eli and I taled about last time we went on Matterhorn, it's like, man, I don't know how long we can do this for. because it's like it's hurting now getting out of this.
Yes.
But once you're on there, the Yeti attacking you like 3 or 4
Yeti's
times.
cool.
Like there's such a story there. Like,
But
it's-
you feel like it is the first tubular steel roller coaster ever, versus like the modern Vekoma or Bollinger and Malbiard coasters that they're building today.
Vekoma.
Yeah, those are the two brands that the big brands of roller coasters.
Kevin's
that build
speaking a
those.
different
Yes,
language.
yes.
I was
at
gonna
this
say
point,
like that. I thought that was something you cut on your nice ankles or something.
No. Those are the two like brand Vekoma versus Bollinger Maillard that build.
Kevin just totally leveled up his theme park.
Yeah, I did. I just went nuts with the roller coasters. I'm sorry. I
it's all
apologize.
right.
I went nuts.
Do your thing. I mean, Vekoma to you, bro.
But I mean, Disney still had one of the first tubular or steel roller coaster tracks ever.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so what do we got? How many actually did Tron win? Tron won over
Like 2 or 3.
two or three.
Yeah.
So I get the impression that overall you're not that enamored with this.
No, I don't think so. I think it will pull people in a different direction at Magic Kingdom, which will be cool. I think Magic Kingdom needed something like this.
Sure.
I'm glad it's there.
Yeah.
I'll definitely ride it again with people who haven't ridden it before. But yeah, I'm not dying to get back. I mean, Josh, you can, when I
That's
got
a
in the
big
car,
story.
you were like, how was it? And I was like, it was fine.
When we drove we met up in the parking lot at the Contemporary to get back into our car and drive to the airport to come home. And I thought, she was just going to be enamored and, oh my gosh, it was the greatest thing ever. By the end of our conversation, I felt like my time having breakfast with my kids at Steakhouse 71 was better spent than her time riding Tron.
Well, you know what? To be fair, Steakhouse 71 was pretty badass.
good,
We had breakfast at Steakhouse 71, and I loved it.
I mean, I figure a really good meal versus the first time riding an attraction that's not yet open to the public that's supposed to be like the new big draw. I thought there's no way it's going to compare. And yeah, she had me feeling like, oh, cool. I guess I didn't miss anything. I'm glad I had my Eggs Benedict. And
I mean, it was cool that it wasn't open to the public yet, but that won't be true when it opens.
It's very soon, yeah.
Right. You had the once in a lifetime shot.
And just a recommendation for you guys, you should take your family to Topolino's because that Topolino's brunch is incredible.
oh, that is
I took my family there and they absolutely loved it.
But it was 100% operational, right? There wasn't anything that wasn't finished, right, Rachel?
Oh, yeah. No, everything was, totally good.
All right, last question on this. How well do you think it fits in Tomorrowland?
Oh, awesome. Yeah,
Awesome.
totally,
I can see that. I can
10
see
out of
that.
10. It fits great. There's a really cool brand new exit from Tomorrowland to like Barnstormer. And I know that was kind of there before, but they've redone it. And there's this really cool Tomorrowland marquee
Okay.
there, like a brand new sign. And it looks, I'm like, I want all of Tomorrowland to look like that sign.
Is that like,
So cool.
are you talking about like that old smokers walking path?
It does have a launch at the beginning, which is cool. I like the launch.
Similar to Rock and Roller Coaster or Incredicoaster?
Not as fast.
Not as fast. Okay.
Yeah, not as fast. And it's totally worth doing. Like, I'm really glad I did it, and I will do it again with other people who haven't done it before. I just don't know after you've done that, after you've been in that unique seat, after you've seen it, I don't know like how much I need to do it again.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, my favorite, the thing I'm actually most excited about Tron is they just announced a couple days ago that Tron is going to have its very own snack cart outside. It looks pretty cool. You can see pictures of it online. It's called Energy Bites.
Yeah, you talked about this at the beginning of the show, I think.
Yeah.
The Tron food. I'm
Did
curious.
they bring back my jalapeno cheddar pretzel?
They did not.
Damn it.
It's just bites. It's just snacks, but the snacks sound really cool.
All right, so let's go through the snacks because on this show we love food, and
about
what
the
a
food.
better way to close out the Tron discussion with food related to Tron.
Now,
All right.
do they serve it to you like in a Frisbee disc? Like that?
They just summon
They tossed it to you, and
Yes.
they do that.
No.
Damn.
Fail.
That would have been a good idea.
That's
That
a
would have
1
been
out
right.
of 5. All right.
Hit another projection. They broke apart. Go
All
ahead.
right, so Rachel, talk to us. Tell us
Yes.
about the food at this. It's a cart.
I actually have no idea where it's going to be because I don't remember seeing this thing.
Okay.
There are the two things I'm the most excited about. I love dumplings. Dumplings are probably my favorite food.
Like Asian dumplings, like
Yeah.
full of pork or whatever kind of meat.
Gyoza kind of.
Gyoza.
Yeah, all of those. I love all of them.
So that's all right. Well, tell us about
So
this.
it's dumplings,
Say it slow because I love this.
Yes, we'll slow jam the food.
Slow jam. Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Slow jam.
Thank you,
the food.
Rachel, for slow jamming the food because
Right down your mouth.
God, I
Cam.
love eating.
Like Rachel sounds like that mom and Bao that would just eat that kid.
All right.
Filled carbohydrates are wonderful.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So tell us about
the
these
food
dumplings.
items are beef and broccoli digital dumplings.
Digital dumplings.
Yeah, digital dumplings with broccoli pesto, crispy garlic, and ginger soy broth.
All right. So broccoli pesto. That means they're gonna ground it up in a blender,
Yeah.
make it like a
Yes.
fine paste. And what was the other part you said?
Beef.
Beef. Okay, so some kind of
Yep.
beef in it. All right. So it's definitely very edible.
Yep. Crispy garlic and ginger soy.
I like crispy garlic.
right, I like soy.
I like ginger soy. I like crispy garlic. All right, that's
Yeah.
good. And what else?
The other type of digital dumpling is the buffalo chicken digital dumplings with celery, dehydrated blue cheese, and cayenne pepper broth.
Chicken, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken,
digital
dehydrated.
dumpling.
Okay.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around what makes all this digital.
Yeah, I think they're just throwing that. word.
Okay. Yeah.
gonna say, they'll
that's
use
fair.
Digital dumpling, both start with D. Got it.
Yeah.
And Danny starts with D.
Oh,
That's
digital
fair.
Danny. Is it just me, or does digital dumpling sound like NFTs? Kind of like.
I keep thinking of like a gyoza with an edible LED light or something.
With a contract.
I don't know. I keep,
Tied with a contract.
It's like they
Go
text
for
you a
it.
picture of your dumpling.
It's there. You got to
Somehow you're magically full, but you don't experience it.
Exactly. Yes.
for it.
So it's a beef and broccoli and a buffalo chicken.
Okay.
And then they have chocolate cake donut holes with
Yes.
mocha sauce.
Ooh,
With a
now we're
mocha
talking.
sauce?
Anything
Yeah.
with coffee got
Oh,
me.
God,
All right, I like that.
Freaking chocolate.
Yep.
This ain't future though.
All right.
And then it has
I don't care. I love
strawberry-
chocolate, Eli.
Fair. Well,
I
who
love
does
chocolate.
It's
So there's strawberry isoform.
Isoform. What is isoform?
It
What
is
is that?
ice cream mochi with
Oh, okay.
caramelized
Okay.
graham cracker crumbs and cheesecake foam.
Interesting.
See,
Wow.
mochi is just an ice cream dumpling.
it is. Yes. But you add the foam. You're absolutely right.
There you go.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
And then the last thing is
Wait,
a
time out.
water-
This is all in the cart? So you
Yeah.
rattled off like 3 different things. I was like, they have this all at the cart?
this is the food
Yeah.
cart conduit.
Usually carts are not this intricate.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of
looks like-
stuff.
It looks like, I mean, it's one of the more permanent looking carts. It reminds me of the
Thankfully, yes.
you know the Joffrey's that's in Tomorrowland?
Yes.
It looks
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Joffrey's good. I miss the freaking like cronut.
Not a big fan of the
Yeah.
Joffrey's
I miss
coffee,
the
though.
cronut. No, not
Yeah,
a
they
big
don't
fan
have
of coffee.
coffee. They do have beverages. One is the watermelon refresher with yuzu citrus, ginger, and popping candies.
Popping candies. So I'm envisioning
Yeah, so
like
Pop
some kind of
Rocks.
boba.
Like Pop Rocks, yeah.
Pop Rocks. Okay.
Pop Rocks. Yeah, it's like a slush. Looks like watermelon
Non-alcoholic.
slush.
Yes.
Yeah.
Throw some
well, it's
Tito's in
magically
there, and
done.
I might be interested.
Thank you, John. Yes.
And so then they just have soda and water, like different fountain
Oh,
sodas.
okay.
and
After
water,
that, it's
but-
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that seems exciting. I love dumplings.
I love
There are
dumplings.
few
Gotta love the
foods I
dumpling.
want more in my life than a buffalo chicken dumpling.
No, I think that's it. I'm like 10 out of 10 excited for the dumplings, and I'm 5 out of 10 on the ride.
Dude, that's awesome.
Oh, right.
She's excited for the
That's
food than
awesome.
the ride. Yes, the food is more awesome than a ride. I love that. No, that's totally magic our way. I love it.
Oh,
I mean, bring it. That's magic. You guys' way,
Serve it
our
on
way.
just serve it on a Frisbee.
but that says a lot.
All right, so Rachel, thank you so much for your insight into Tron Lightcycle Run. We definitely appreciate it. And one day we'll get on it, and hopefully our calves won't impede us from doing it.
I hope not.
We all have some sexy gas calves.
I want a shot at this.
But anyway, so thank you for the insight. We love to hear
Yes.
more about it. And, one day we'll see you in New Orleans. So who knows?
Yeah. Sounds great.
But anyway, guys, thank you for guys for being on the show. And so, yeah. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed that discussion about Tron Lightcycle Run. Look, If you want to learn more about the Magic Our Way podcast, magicourway.com is the way to go. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes, and more. Plus, if you want to get in touch with us to share your opinions about this, you can do so through the following ways. Shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com, or you can call or text us at 1-815-WEEKEND. That is 1-815
Mo Weekend.
669-4226. And of course, we have a couple of guys who do things outside the podcast. First of all, we got Eli does things with comics. Eli, what you got, sir?
Yes, sir. Anytime, all the time, you can visit my website, www.ivorycomics.com. You can check out all the work I've done, fully colored books. The only advertisement in them is for the Magic Our Way podcast. That's Project Geisha, Savages, and of course, the Molly Be Damned. As well, on this website, you can find blogs and interviews, and of course, a link to this podcast so you never miss a beat. You never miss an episode of Insight. Anything you want, it's all synergy. That's how Walt wanted it. That's how we're doing it.
Never?
So,
Never, ever?
ever.
Ever?
That's it.
Oh.
Right there.
Okay.
So please visit and support ivorycomics.com. Facebook, I can be found there, Eli H. Ivory. So as long as you're a real person, nice to meet you. But if you're bot, I don't even need to greet you, whether you wear green or not. I'm just not doing that for bots. I'm just not doing it. Can't do it. Project Geisha has a Facebook page, so facebook.com/Project Geisha. Instagram, right there, posting up the hearts and the likes and seeing what you got. And if I like it, share it, all that good stuff. Put it in your story. EIV504 is where you can find me there. And, of course, on Twitter, unless Elon Musk is like, dude, you're out of here, you can find me at Hancock10166. So if you appreciate the madness and you're just bringing me the gladness, thank you very much.
And guys, as we mentioned last week, Rachel is a travel agent. Rachel, if they want to book a vacation with you to experience Tron, who is going through soft openings and will soon be going through the full opening, Rachel, how can they book a vacation with you?
Yeah, full opening. Well, I guess soft opening March 20th now. They just announced that today. And then full opening April 4th. I would love to help you get down to go see Tron and, the dumplings for real.
That's the most important part is the dumplings. Yes.
And all the other stuff that Walt Disney World has to offer. You can find me at wishfulwanderingstravel.com. My email is Rachel, Rachel, at wishfulwanderingstravel.com. Or you can find me online with @ the letter R, Family Magic, all one word. So Our Family Magic. And that's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok as well. And I also have a phone number just in case that's not enough. And that number is...
It's a real phone number?
Yeah, real phone
used to
number.
this.
Yeah.
And it is 978-432-WISH.
Ooh,
Wow.
man.
978-432-WISH.
Isn't it nice to have a travel agent that has a real phone number?
Yeah, I was
There
going
you
to say,
go.
my bad, Rach. I didn't mean to cut you off on that. I'm so used to a phone number that's just like, exponential or just some weird thing like
Dumplings.
that.
Yeah, no,
you
I
actually
didn't make
had
that
it.
up. That's a
Wow.
real phone number.
Okay.
It really works.
Dang.
Awesome.
Wow.
Well, of course, thank you to both you and Josh for coming on the show once again.
Yes.
We always love talking
be
to our
here.
weekends. Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And one day we'll see you in New Orleans, yes?
Yes, I'm looking at flights.
Okay.
Wow, you're really subtle with that.
So, guys, look, in addition to so many ways to support the show as a whole, you can find them all on our website, magicourway.com. Plus, if you want to elevate your support of the Magic Our Way podcast, you can just directly send us money.
Yeah, that'd be great.
or you can go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way. There you'll find 6 awesome tiers to support the show. Any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to thank you for being a loyal listener, and we always love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are always welcome in the Magic Our Way podcast.
Yes.
So make sure you get in touch with us today. So weekends, we say Kwaherini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
I have every intention of eating those bananas for breakfast, but I still somehow end up with tacos.
But next time, you should have the digital dumpling.
Hey, this is Eli from the Magic Our Way podcast. When I'm not